name's Lee Yates, and I met you guys. You're from Alabama, you said? Okay, so this is a blessing for me to share this testimony with you guys. I was on the 22nd floor of the World Trade Center 7 building. World Trade Center 7 was the third building that collapsed that afternoon. I was working 2 jobs at the time. I was a tour guide that I'm doing now, and I was an office assistant for the Bank of New York. I believe by the grace of God, I got out the buildings, but unlike some of my friends and co-workers, they got caught up and they passed away, they died. I lost both of my jobs immediately because now my tour guide job on a boat had to be canceled because they needed all of the boats that was available to take people back and forth from New York to New Jersey for months because the train had caved in below the World Trade Center New Jersey PAV train. Then I lost my bank job because our building got destroyed. So, you know, I was pretty shaken up. I didn't want to stay in New York anymore because, like, after that, all you saw was little kids walking around with heartbreaking posters, looking for their mothers and fathers. Anthrax started coming in the mail here in New York. That's when people was opening up letters and the white powder was coming out and, you know, talking about you was gonna die. There were bomb scares like every 15 minutes. That's all you saw was people just running out of the buildings. So, you know, I left. You know, I'm a mama's boy. I love my mom. And, you know, my mom was living in Indiana. She had left New York years ago. And I went out there and I was like, you know, Ma, I don't want to go back to New York. I was like, I don't want to work on the boat because they'll blow it up. I was like, I don't want to ride on the subway because we're underground. Where would we go? You know, I was in like such a panic frenzy, you know. So my mom, you know, my mom loves the Lord. You know, she was telling me, well, see, Lee, that's why I've been telling you for years, you need to get yourself right with the Lord. Because see, when you got yourself right with the Lord, you don't worry about what happens to your body. Because you know that your soul is going to be lived with Him in eternity. And that should sustain you, and that's where you will lay your peace. So with that, I started going to church with my mother.
Go ahead.
Put that on me, back. So with that, I started going to church with my mother. And, you know, I mean, I got touched by the Holy Spirit. I mean, it's not something that I was looking for, but it's just something that happened. And so with that, Steve, close that door, please.
I am.
So with that, I started looking at things in a different light about how I was conducting my life and stuff. So I went home one night, and you know, back then I was into the whole writing rap and all of that stuff. So I was like, you know what, Lord, I would like to have a powerful testimony to be able to tell people of who you was in my life before, during, and after September 11th. And I had to bring you all up to that to get to the poem. And it's a poem, and I really believe that God blessed me with the words, okay? And it goes.